she come?
Very, very hard. Very, very, very hard. Because obviously my routines change, and we don't like changes. Like we hate changes. And the thing is, everyone, like non-autistic people, are like complaining about the change. They're like, oh, we hate it, and oh, like everything's shut. And I'm like, no, now you know how we feel when there's a change. You know, now you know how us autistic people feel. You know, so you see, it's like they put on autistic lens, and now they see how stressful a change can be. So I'm continuing with my education. I'm obviously have to do schoolwork at home, and this year, two exams got cancelled. I was doing National 5 French and Modern Studies, and then they got cancelled. So now the teachers are going to predict our grades. But I think I'll do well. I would be happy with two Bs. I mean, I'm not an A student. Put it that way. I'm not an A student. But you know, a B, a C, I'd be happy as long as I pass. I'm happy. Well, my routine. Well, I every single morning I set my alarm for 9 o'clock, and so on our Chromebooks, so our entire school has Chromebooks, and I go on Google Classroom, and I have to register even if I'm not in school every single day, so the school knows, you know, I'm on my Chromebook every day. I'm doing the schoolwork, and they also ask, you know, how you're feeling. And well, in my school, I can email my dance teacher. I can email um, learning support teacher. You know, if there's any problems and stuff like that. And you know, if I'm finding the schoolwork hard, I just email the teacher. And for example, every single Friday, me and my French class have a video call like this, and we like go over the work and stuff like that. So it's quite very useful. And then I have my breakfast, and then 1 hour later I go for a run because I'm a runner, and I run like 2.5 miles every single day. So I'm quite fit, and then by the time I'm back, I have a rest, and then what did I do? Okay, so I either have a shower or I have a rest, and then I listen to music on my phone because I love listening to music. Listening to music is something that really calms me down. Like if I put, especially Ariana Grande music, like she's my favorite singer of all time. Like I've never been to one of her concerts, obviously, because it's too loud and she doesn't really come up to Scotland. But you know, maybe one day, maybe. And then I watch some Netflix on my TV because I love Netflix. Um, and for those who didn't know, autistic people can do more than one form of exercise a day, according to the government. So after I do my run, hours later, I go for a short walk. And the thing is, I've read online that Police Scotland, some people that worked for the police didn't really know, and I found out that the National Society actually emailed them saying the government says those with learning disabilities and autistic people can go out more than once a day as long as they keep 2 meters apart from other people. In a house all day, every day would be far too much for me because I like to go out and have some fresh air.
That's absolutely right, Victoria. You're right about your advice there. And the National Autistic Society, you can now download the Autism Alert card for free.
Yes, I already have. I already have. I've got
Yeah.
that.
And that might be good for other people to do, to download the Autism Alert card. And then if you are going out more than once, as Victoria suggested, that's absolutely fine to do. But maybe good to have your Autism Alert card with you just in case anyone asks you, and you can show that to them to evidence that your child is autistic. So that's great. And we don't know when this is going to happen, of course, but how are you going to prepare for going back to school?
Well, surprisingly, I'm a person that loves school. It's really weird because I used to hate school. Like from P1 to 7, it was horrible, and first year was really horrible. But once I got my autism diagnosis, everything just fell into place, and I was really happy. 'Cause, well, I knew who I was really. Found out who I was, and I could finally take off that mask because you know autistic masking is very common in girls, where we mask our symptoms and try to fit in. But now, since I know who I am, I can finally take off that mask. And if I feel stressed, I don't like to hide it anymore. Like if I'm really stressed, I can let it out, like let my emotions out now.
It says, we have a 12-year-old daughter who is autistic and hasn't left the house since the lockdown began, except for one trip into the back garden in the evening. She really struggles with sound-related issues, so it would be interesting to see if Victoria is affected by similar issues, and if so, does she have anything to help her cope? So are you affected by sound issues, and what do you do if you are?
Okay, so yes, I am affected by sound issues. Because I hear everything a lot more loudly than everyone else, and how do I cope with that? Well, I actually have ear defenders. They may be a bit uncomfortable, but they do help me when there's really noisy places. The good thing is that, well, I'm at home, and I'm not really in a really busy environment, so it's not, I don't have to wear them all the time. But so, yeah, some autistic people like to stay inside, and some like to go out. Like, I'm a person who likes to go out, and seems like, this person likes to stay in. I didn't really take part in PE lessons because I didn't feel confident enough, and because of the bullying in that, I had very, very low self-esteem at the time. And the PE teacher was like, "Come on, take part," and I was like, "No, I don't want to." But due to me having an anxiety disorder, exercise can really help your and improve your mental health. So I did some research on how to, manage your anxiety and stuff. And one of the ones was keeping active, like go for a jog, go for a run. And I said to myself, well, I'm not really active. I'm not a sporty person. And one of my friends is a really, really good runner, and so I asked him for advice. I was like, hey, I want to start running. What advice should you give me? He's like, well, first of all, if you're a beginner, start slow, and then you'll build your way up. And so I did. So I've been running for about a year and a half now, and it has really, really improved my mental health. Obviously, I still have anxiety attacks, and I really struggle with anxiety, but it wasn't as bad as before. So starting running has really, really helped me. I also do self-defense lessons as well, which has really, really improved my confidence. And well, where I live in a Black Isle, and my self-defense teacher does classes, all over. Like, he does it in Ock, Fortrose, Munlochy, Tor, North Keswick, places like that. There's also self-defense lessons in the Inverness area as well.
Can you just tell us, quite briefly, what a meltdown is like for you, but really what helps you if you're having a meltdown, just so that we can get some ideas?
Well, meltdowns, sensory overload, panic attacks, and stuff like that, is very, very terrifying. Like, every single time I have one is is the most stressful thing ever. Like, I have to like face is the thing is, me living with anxiety as well. I don't know when I'm going to like have a meltdown. It doesn't just go, oh, I'm gonna it's not like a schedule, it doesn't go, oh, Victoria's gonna have a meltdown on this day at this time. No, it doesn't work like that. It just happens like that. So the best things that help me is people, not judging, obviously. Of course, all my friends are fully aware I'm in school, and every single time I have a meltdown, I like it when people like hug me, because I'm a huggy person. Like, I love hugs a lot. So what me and my friends do is if I'm like having a meltdown, we kind of hurdle like penguins, and we all go like in a little circle, and we all hug each other. Of course, obviously some people don't like that, but to me that's how I do it. And of course, obviously, after I have a meltdown, I'm very exhausted. So I don't, for example, I mostly have meltdowns when the school fire alarm goes off. And afterwards, me and my friends, like me and one or two friends, go to the guidance space, and we sit in a really quiet room, because obviously, a meltdown can really exhaust you. and so I sit there for a while. I can sit there for like a whole period, and then the bell goes, and then if I am able to go to my next class. And when I go to my next class, I show my teacher a card because I have like cards. So I show my teacher a card saying, "I just had a panic attack. I'm very tired. Please be patient with me." And teacher goes, "Okay, take your time," and stuff like that. So.
Well, come on, Casey, come with me. I can't know what they are trying to show me. For a brother, I'm rather atypical.